They don't see that it was clearly listed on the website. They think it's rude to make them wait in line. They can't believe you won't be open this Sunday. They think you're the crazy one. They're not normal customers, oh no. They are the Patronarchy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Patronarchy. We're open for business and ready to talk about the customers that didn't want good service, they wanted good servitude. Thank you for clicking on our video. This is our first episode, so I really appreciate it. I'm the host Vincent, here to take us through these dark stories of working in customer service. And to help me through it, my very first guest, good friend of mine, Sereny.
Hi. Hey. Thanks for having me. I'm the first guest?
You were the first guest.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
What an honor. Thank you.
I'm honored to have you.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, Sereny and I, we've known each other for...
many years.
Yes, many years. And we met at a party where I'm pretty sure I was intoxicated and you were, I think pretty sure you were pretty
stoned.
You were stoned at the time. I remember because I met you that night and then I think an hour or so went by and we bumped into each other again because there was 20, 30 people at that party.
Yeah.
And then bumped into again. I was like, hey, Sereny. And then you're like, you remembered my name. And I lit up. And I think after that point, you're like, I'll keep talking to this guy.
It is always alarming when people can remember my name.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, you're special. One of the good ones.
I try. But anyway, I know you well, but the audience doesn't know you that well. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a huge comedy fan. I tried my hand at stand-up for a few years. Didn't go my way, so I opted out. But I've always worked in video production. I had a little web series of my own called The Party Show, which you helped me with a lot.
I did what I could.
And now these days, I'm just a slave to customer service.
Aren't we all? Mm-hmm. Well, at least any of the people that'll ever be on this show.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. I've worked with Sereny on many of her projects before. I've had a ton of fun working on them, and she's helped me out definitely over the years with some of my projects. So, yeah, we've had a lot of fun together and also a lot of frustrations depending on who we were working with, because we definitely worked with one or two people. It's like, okay, we'll call you. Not really, but
my people. All your people.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway, anywho.
Customer service. The reason Zoloft was invented.
I know. It's just it's something. That's one of the reasons why was the idea for this show was just a joke I put on my Facebook. I just put it as a joke. I was like, wouldn't that be fun? And then the response from it was so positive that I was just like, fuck, I might as well go through with it.
It's really funny.
Thank you. Well, hopefully we're about to find out.
Yeah.
So it's time to delve into this. It's time to talk about it. Sereny, tell us about your tales of encountering the Patronarchy.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm going to start at my first real big girl job, which was at, I can't say where it was, right?
You can say a type of
business. It was at a hotel.
We're not gonna say what kind, because
I
don't know how legal stuff works, but I know people get sued.
Yes.
So it's a hotel.
It was a hotel, and I was the front desk receptionist, picking up the phone, scheduling appointments, checking guests in, checking guests out, making sure the place didn't burn down.
Busy work.
Mm-hmm. And I worked there for 4 years, and it was a hotel in Harmarville, and there's a lot of bars nearby, so people were always drinking and crashing. I know the Harmarville area
very well. I didn't always hit the bars, but I hit the Denny's after midnight, so I encountered the bar people.
Too.
In fact, one almost punched me in the face for making fun of it one time.
At that Denny's?
At the Denny's in Harmarville. Mm-hmm. So this didn't happen at Denny's. This happened in the area around the Denny's. Don't sue me, Denny's. I love you.
We love you, Denny's. You're always there for me. So a lot of drinking and then crashing at the hotel or breaking into the pool, and I had to kind of just not care about it because it happened every night.
Right.
There is also a really big staffing company right next to there, and we just had this account of men who would just come in, check in, and I got to know them very well because they were always checking in.
Right.
And staying there, and they're lonely, and they're bored, and they're on the road, so their wives, away from their wives. One gentleman in particular I got to know really well. He started off totally sweet and normal. He would buy me things from the vending machine. Thank you. It's so nice of you. I think you know where this is going.
I love how the story already has an escalation aspect to it. I just want to throw that in there. I could, the foreshadowing here.
Yep. Right. So we got to know each other. He would stop at the desk, offer me a glass of wine. Of course, I can't. I'm on the clock. I can't do it. Not on camera, at least. I would walk off camera.
Me in the janitor's closet.
Oh, yeah. I knew where the cameras. Yeah, I knew what I was doing. And then after about 2 years of seeing him very regularly, he propositioned me to come back to his hotel room and sleep with him for $5,000.
Whoa! Like, that's like, it's like, obviously it's weird, but it's like a weird, like, is there a part of you, and tell me if I'm being a
Oh, I thought about it.
Okay. You thought about it?
I had to mull it over overnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's like
right. Because men have said to me, "Oh, let's go out. Let me take you out. When do you get off?" Like that kind of shit all the time. And it's just like, "Nah, I'm good. I've been to Denny's. Like, I'm good." I know though. I've tried everything on the menu.
The ice cream sundae with the bacon on it's good, but I don't want to go there with you. Yeah.
But Moons Over My Hammy, I think, was my go-to.
I've had it many times.
Many times. But yeah, like I had been asked out by men before. That was totally normal. And I was ready to say, like, no, either I have a boyfriend or whatever lie that I was using to deter them.
Oh, yeah.
But he said the number, and he was so confident that he said it out in the open. There were other guests in the lobby,
Oh, wow. In front of other people?
Not within earshot, but just in the vicinity.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I scratched my head and I was like, you know what? Not tonight, but I'll see you tomorrow. Let me think about it. Okay. And, I didn't do it. Okay. But I was a single mom at the time. And I was like, I probably maybe would have with different circumstances. But just at the time, I was just like, I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a sex worker. And that's it. But
oh, yeah.
Now I think about that and I'm like, $5,000 would change my life right now. Right. I could put a new roof on my house. I could get a new bathroom. All the things I need to do to my home. I still probably wouldn't fuck an old guy though.
Wow. Okay. So that was.
Yeah.
I was not expecting a proposition story for the first one, but I like how we're going right out of the gate. I'm going to be honest here. That was, wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
5 G's, man. I mean.
That's a lot of money. I don't care who you are.
Single mom. I'm like, I really got to think about this here. I can't do it at work. I can't do it. I'm not going to bring it back to my house. I had roommates.
Yeah.
I really had to think about that one. But
especially being a single mother,
Mm-hmm. But I was the very first thing you are is, customer service. So you can't be like, fuck off, pervert.
Right.
You have to be like, oh, I can't even remember his name. Mr. Smith. Yeah. Oh, I'm so flattered. I had to do that. Because I couldn't go, fuck you, dude. I would lose my job.
Exactly. Yeah. You were definitely in a very weird position where it's like, it's amazing what, people, because that's part of what we're going to go over in this show, whether it's going to be with you or the people I'm going to have on in the future. Mm-hmm. It's that fine line that you got to walk where, obviously someone is completely out of line, but you have to remain professional because
keep your composure and be kind.
Yeah. So kudos to you for handling it well.
And not slapping him across the face.
Yeah. No, I mean, morally, I think you had the right, because I mean, it's one thing to be like, hey, listen, if you just said, hey, I really like you. I don't know if you want to go do something. And then he was like,
he just went straight to let's fuck.
It's weird. The only last thing I'll say on that before we move on to your next story is it's weird. Like you say, he had this confidence about you, but I don't know if I was super confident. I don't think I would think I need money. So it's like I don't know if he was actually really insecure about it, and that's why he offered the money.
Yeah.
Or
I think it was a flex.
It's a flex. Okay.
I think so.
All right.
I think he also could have been lying to me just to get me upstairs. Yeah. He could have been, manipulating me, because he would always bring me gifts all the time. Well, I was in San Diego last weekend. I brought you this. It's this artisan chocolate or popcorn from this place or a little keychain. He was always bringing me gifts.
Right.
So I think he was like grooming me, warming me up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can trust me. I brought you chocolate from San Francisco. I was
Damn.
so young and dumb. I was like, wow, chocolate from San Francisco. This is so cool.
I would have been amazed. I was like, from San Francisco?
I was. And then he would always buy me stuff from the vending machine. I'm like, this is my dude. I thought we were just going to be like bros,
Right. Yeah, no, guys, we're weird like that. I've been a stupidly insecure man in my younger years, saying stupid stuff, and
Yeah.
I never propositioned someone working in a hotel.
You've also never had 5Gs just ready to blow,
I've
have
never
you?
had I not like that. No, because I the Obama years had a recession. So
Yeah,
the
this
fact-
was in that this was Obama was just hired.
Yeah, and that's not me taking a shot at Obama. I'm just saying there was a recession. That's like the time period. I could barely buy a DVD, let alone like.
Yep. Same.
But anyway, damn! Wow, that was a good first story.
Thank you.
We are off to a hell of a start, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man.
Okay, all right. I'm ready for my next one. But I just wanted to ask you, why do we keep going back to customer service? As the type of personalities that we both are,
Yes.
me, the 3 ins, communication,
Right.
confrontation, and the general population. I hate all of it. But why do we go back? I mean, it's not like the money's good. It's not, it's thankless. There's nothing really in it except a sort of a paycheck. At least you like movies, then you could do that at the theater.
Yeah, I worked at a movie theater for a very long time, but I'll tell this story later on a date. When I finally quit the theater, the reason why I quit it is because there was an incident at the theater, and I'm going to save this for a later date. But
okay.
it was an incident involving me, and after the incident had passed, I realized that I'd become a horribly miserable person whenever I stepped into that place, and it led me to just be I won't say a bad person, but I was definitely a bad coworker. And which made me upset, and I quit. But you know what? Sometimes you just get, I think as people, as human beings, we get so used to a place that it becomes comfortable. It's like when you, for me, by the time I quit the theater, I'm not crapping on the theater. This is something that I was personal stuff. Being at the theater, it was like a warm blanket, but the inside of the blanket that I had around me was sandpaper. But I was used to the feel of it.
Fleas all over it.
Yeah. I just you get used to it. And I find that humans we're highly adaptable, but we're also but our adaptability can also just become stupidly comfortable with something that is obviously bad for us. And I think we're just used to that. We know the world of customer service. I think that's why we go back. We're used to it. We know the monster,
right?
Whether it's easier to deal with the monster we know than a monster we don't know. And I think once you can get past that, once again, Sereny, you know me for a long time. You know that, especially during the time period you probably met me, I had a lot of insecurities about who I was and my confidence in what I could do, and that held me back so many times. I had my 20s are just littered with the regrets of the things I didn't do because I told myself I couldn't. Yeah. And when I stopped doing that, listen, I'm not rolling in the dough here. This isn't a studio. This is my bedroom, right? But I feel a lot better about who I am because if I'm trying stuff, even if I fail at it, I'm trying. So if you are in customer service and you're stuck there, just fucking try something else. Even if you fail, because at least you'll have this pride to say, I tried that. You won't be like...
anything else.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm impressed by this room. You're the first guy. I've been in his bedroom. You have more than one pillow. That's amazing. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, thank you.
That's a way better answer than I was expecting either. I thought you were going to say, because we didn't finish college, which is true for me.
I finished college. I just wasted it.
Yeah.
That was another regret I have.
Yeah.
I totally wasted college. Which we'll say, maybe I'll tell that story another day, even though it's not customer related. But yeah. But no. That's sometimes you got to do some self reflection, as cliche as that may sound. But when real self reflection, you don't just ask yourself, how do I get a raise? No, that's not self reflection. But yeah, it's really not. It's telling yourself, I don't want the regrets of the stuff that I didn't do, because that's the stuff that's gonna haunt you. And the Ghostbusters aren't real, so don't let yourself get haunted. But anyway, all right, you ready for your next story?
Yes, I am.
All right. Story number 2.
So, I'm coming off the heels of just quitting this job just a couple weeks ago. Like, I think the day after you text me to come on the show, I was like, I can actually do this now because I bounced.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, because one of my rules is do not talk about a job you currently have. Because once again, I'm no legal expert, but I don't want to get sued.
Right.
So, okay,
and,
this is very fresh, though.
Right. And I was working for a plastic surgeon, so he would sue the pants off of you.
Okay.
So, I just recently left. And so, like I said, I was working for a plastic surgeon.
Right.
And we're coming off of COVID right now. So we went into lockdown for like 3 months and then came back.
Right.
And things were so weird when we went back to work because like we're in healthcare, but we're not really in healthcare. You know what I mean? He's private practice. We're not saving lives. We're not treating patients. We're treating ugly people and old people. Okay. So I automatically felt guilty because the kind of people we're seeing are the kind of people that go out during a global health crisis and get a facelift, right? So these aren't the most lovely people.
Once again,
Okay.
escalation. I don't know.
These aren't the most kind, empathetic. These are selfish, entitled, really cruel, rich people who look down on basically everybody else. These are the kind of people that I'm greeting and checking in and can I get you a coffee? And they're also long time patients of this particular surgeon, right?
Okay,
so when they walk in here, it's kind of like you were saying, it's like, this is my living room.
Right.
And when we came back from COVID, we had to change the whole office setup. We got rid of the waiting room. We were making people put their credit card payment online before they checked in because we weren't like taking cards or cash or anything.
My job, we had a whole bunch of different things going.
You have to call us from the parking lot. We had to limit the amount of so the patients who are just so used to kind of getting whatever the fuck they want when they walk in the office, total upset, completely different story. So, and I'm the first person they see when they check in. Right. And here's what I have to ask them whenever they check in. Okay, Mr. Vincent, have you been experiencing any symptoms, any cough, fever, shortness of breath? No. Okay. Any recent exposure to anyone with the virus?
Nope.
Okay. Any recent travel on an airplane out of state?
Not recently, no.
Okay. And do you understand the risk of being here today?
Yes.
Right. So super uncomfortable things to ask. Even a friend.
I know. I had to do it in my job. I work in security, so I'm the first guy that has to ask those questions.
Yeah.
So I'm so on the same page with you right now.
And 90% of these women are like, well, yeah, I just came from my summer house in Florida. I just got off a plane. Okay, sorry, Linda, you can't come in here. And they would freak the fuck out, if I had to send them away. So I'm just like setting up the vibe, like what the vibe is when you first check in. People are pissed and like they're all, to me, they're pissed for the wrong reasons.
Agreed.
But this is all they know. So I can't come in and get my Botox because I was in Florida last week. Are you serious? And who are they taking it out on? Yeah. The only person they're going to see today.
You're the first. Yeah.
Right.
You got the tough position because you are the first. You're the greeter. You're the secretary. Mm-hmm. You're the first person that has to. You're the first person that's going to take the brunt of either their thankfulness, that unfortunately, because of the nature of this show, of their aggression, their frustration, their privilege, even during a time like this. It's just like, why are you? I'm sorry. You're. Like,
it was so gross. It was so gross.
It's just like, especially during the pandemic time.
Yeah,
I feel
they're taking up a hospital bed to get their facelift or their tits done or whatever. It's like we're not saving lives here. You know, this is not the trauma ward. This is the old lady ward.
Right.
And and I'm gonna be one of those old ladies for sure. I'm gonna get my facelift when I need it, but not when people need it. You know what I mean?
Entire countries.
People are dying.
Down. Yeah, dying, death.
And you're getting an attitude with me because I can't, for whatever reason, whatever rule. I need to take your credit card so you don't stop and get the person checking you out sick. Okay? Right. That's it. That's all. That's why we're doing this. So that's the vibe. That's what's going on. Okay? And then I have to have them sign a consent that they do understand the risk of being there, taking your mask off and getting Botox or facelift or whatever they're doing. So one woman comes in. She's got a Trump mask on. I can say that, right? She had a Trump mask on. I mean, that's what happened. Good. Yeah. Okay. And I have a Black Lives Matter mask on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I go down the list of questions, and she's already annoyed with me. Okay. And, I have to make her sign this. So I turn around and I go look at the computer. She's not on the schedule. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Mrs. Doo-Doo Butt, but I don't have an appointment here for you. And because of COVID, I don't have a room to put you in. I can't have you sit in the waiting room. You're going to have to go to your car, and I'll call you when we have an available room, because if you want treated today, you're just going to have to wait. No, my appointment's today. It's today. It's today. I know it's today. I made it today. She's nowhere on the schedule. She hadn't made an appointment in months. Happens all the time. Like I said, they just walk in there thinking they can get whatever they want.
Oh, yeah. They try to bully you into just opening stuff up. Yeah.
Customer's always right. So, okay. Here, I just need you to sign this right here. Sign and date that you understand the risk of being here. Okay, what's the date, honey? What's the date? I thought you made your appointment for today. You were so sure that your appointment was today, but you don't know the date? Okay, so I let it go. Customer service. Customer's always right. Today's the 19th. Please sign and date. I will call you as soon as we have a room ready. So she comes up. She insists that she be seen by the doctor, who is slammed.
Right.
I'm like, you can see the PA and get your Botox. No. Only the doctor is doing my Botox. My face can only be touched by the doctor. Okay. Sure. So she comes in, she gets her injections, and now I have to check her out. Right? Yeah. She's got her mask off, hanging, by her ear. Yeah. How much is it? Wow, the prices really did go up, didn't they? Complaining about the price, complaining about this. Just really just trying to ruin my day. I think because of my mask, but then I found out from my colleagues later that she's always a pain in the ass.
Okay.
So from check-in to check-out, this woman was just a nightmare. I give her total. She complains about the total. Talk to a manager. She gets a discount.
Oh, she took it that far.
She took it that far. And as she's checking out, I run her credit card. It's declined. Oh, right. I'm going to have to give you a different one. That's the one I've been using this is during the election, for my campaign donations. So, yeah, that's probably why that's being declined. Let me give you another one. Declined again. Now she's embarrassed. And when rich white ladies are embarrassed, they turn into Karens. They get mad. Now she's humiliated. Yeah. Like, you could use a check. We're not really supposed to take checks or cash right now, but without saying, I can't let you leave without paying, bitch, I say, do you have another form of payment? Well, let me call my husband. Puts her elbows up on my desk, just displays everything in the contents of her purse all over my desk. She's pulling out, counting ones. She's got nickels and stuff going on. Let me call my husband and see if I can get his American Express. I'm like, we don't take American Express. You know that.
Oh my God. Okay.
So finally we run 3 or 4 different credit cards. She's paid in full. And she's like, you know what? I forgot to ask the doctor something. Can you just put me back in my room? I'm like, 5 people have been in that room since you've been standing up here, ruining my life.
Oh my God. It's like, lady, you take the win. You got it.
You won. You got to break all the rules.
Yeah.
You probably gave me COVID. Can you just go back to donating to the Trump campaign? And I never want to see you again. And after she left, I felt like I got hit by a truck. This woman woke up to ruin my day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because any time somebody comes in and they're like that demanding and just expecting that kind of stuff, it's obviously annoying.
Yeah.
But then during pandemic times, and you add all these other factors in, it's just like I hate it when something's going on, your job, there's a water main break down the street, and you work in for me, a movie theater, McDonald's, whatever,
medical building, yeah,
or something, and the water's not flowing, or the soda fountain can't work, whatever, and okay, you got it as a staff, you got to make do with what you have.
And
during pandemic, we were all making do with whatever for a year or more. We're still making do with stuff. Like, there's still, things we got to do. And some people still come in and act like nothing's different. Like,
Right.
the world is different.
Everything's different. But everybody, especially everybody that came into that office, they're the exception. Well, I flew private from Florida, so I should be able to come in here. I wasn't around
you were
anybody
privately
else.
infected. Okay,
Like, you
that's
were
cool.
on a plane. You were in Florida. We should not even let people in Florida into this building. Well, I was in my private home. I only saw my maid, and I don't understand. Go get the doctor. He knows me. We're friends. I'm like, trust me, he hates you.
We're friends. I was at his son's bar mitzvah. Like, no, you weren't. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah. Everybody just thinks they're the exception because these uber wealthy people have never had to deal with any kind of pushback. They always just they've just had this life where everything falls into place for them at all times. And I was the person giving them any form of pushback. It's like, I can't come and get my injection. Sorry, but for real, that's what it felt like. The earthquake.
No, yeah, it's been out and the time comes, I'll tell some stories of my own. But yeah, and it's just people. As I was talking about, like, how we get used to dealing with the public, and that's how we go back. The public gets used to dealing with us in a certain way, and when things change, because it's like an automated thing. Like, they go in, they ask for what they want, something's different, they use this strategy, they get what they want. But when with COVID, it added all these other, like, they were off their automation. They weren't programmed to deal with these new things, and it's like a Roomba that where the sensor's broken. It doesn't realize it's bumping into the wall constantly. Just, you're bumping into the wall. Turn the fuck around. Like, COVID.
It really did change. I mean, everything. You know what's funny? The moment I keep thinking back to before everything locked down on my birthday in 2020.
Oh.
And I remember about a week before that, one of my colleagues was like, do you think that, like, it's going to come here? Do you think this is going to change everything? And this is what I did to her. I'm like, yeah, right. America? Fuck no. We got this. And then a week later, we were shutting down.
I had, like, similar yet different at the same time. I did expect it to hit America, but as our generation, we've been through Ebola, we've been through SARS. When I heard about this, I'm like, like the media, the media always cranks it up, like Ebola and SARS, and like it was like, oh, so bad. And don't get me wrong, people were hurt by those diseases.
Yes.
I'm not downplaying those viruses and bacteria, none of that. But they always made it out to be, it's like, it's going to shut the whole country down. Livestock are just going to turn to dust.
We've seen it never really come to fruition.
So when it happened, I thought, like, whatever happened in Italy, because, I pay attention. I'm Italian, so it happened to Italy. I was like, oh, God, it had bad there. I just assumed, like, something about Italy made it worse or something. I didn't know. But then when it hit, and then things like, I had, like, a small little comedy show that I was setting up nearby my home. And it was going to be just a small little deal. Nothing big, right? I set it up, and all of a sudden, the week leading up to it, everything started shutting down.
Yeah.
Shows, restaurants. It's like there were like 200 venues across Pittsburgh that just shut down. And that's when I realized, like, oh
no,
they're actually,
this is bad.
Oh crap! Like, so I shut down my little show, and then the next thing I know, like, we had all these. I thought I was going to lose my job. Right. I didn't know what was going to happen next. Thankfully I didn't lose my job, but it's amazing how, like how we took it. Like, you and I apparently had a very somewhat, different viewpoint, same, like, feeling about it, I'll say. But yeah, it's just amazing. And once again, how some people just, like, as I said earlier, humans are adaptable creatures, but when we're used to a certain path, we don't want to adapt. Sometimes we don't want to change. We're too, we get too comfortable. When you get comfortable, you lose your adaptability. Yeah. And some people, they don't think they have to adapt, especially, just like, you said, this woman's still getting her Botox. Hey lady, how about you hold off the Botox. You'll be fine. You're going to live. You're not going to go friggin', Elephant Man on everybody.
We can go into the apocalypse with wrinkles. Yeah. We'll be fine.
Exactly. Save that Botox money. Throw it to like a food shelter or something for stuff that people.
You're going to be fine. Yeah. I promise.
Feel good about doing something for someone else.
But one of my eyebrows is higher than the other one. The zombies are still going to eat you, bitch. You're still going to die from COVID.
Oh my god, I remember that kicked up like the zombie apocalypse thing. People were like when this first.
That's
started.
what I thought.
Oh, God,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, people are gonna turn into zombies.
Yeah, we were all hoping for like if it was gonna have like Shaun of the Dead, but it was gonna be Walking Dead.
For sure.
Oh man, but anyway.
Okay, I got
one
more.
One more story left.
One more story, and I'll make it quick.
Okay.
Because it's like a twofer. It happened in the same day, but it was like a full moon, you know, like one of those things where it's just two crazy things happen at once.
Don't feel rushed. Tell your story. Tell your story.
All right. So I was a bartender at for many years. Right. And I worked in the basement bar.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to have to bleep that out.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
It's okay. I'll bleep it out. She was at a bar.
I was a bartender on the south side of Pittsburgh, which in like the middle of the 2000s, which was like, East Carson Street was...
Yeah, if you're not from Pittsburgh, you don't know the South Side, East Carson Street.
It's like the Las Vegas of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's like 50 bars and restaurants over there, and when college kids the weekend destroy that, you can bear people have to walk in the street because the sidewalks are so full. So just give you an idea of what the South Side is like. It's like one of the areas in Pittsburgh where all the college kids go on the weekend to drink and have fun and relax.
Right. So I was the bartender at this one bar in particular that had had three bars, but there was a huge bar upstairs and then one downstairs. And I worked at the one downstairs where there was no security.
I know that area.
And it was just me in that. And like I would have to hit this like button if I needed ice, and it would send a light on upstairs, and the bar back would come back and bring me whatever I needed. I called it the bat signal. So, if anything popped off, if I needed a security guard, I'd just hit that button. All right. So drunk and belligerent college students, like you were saying, someone got angry with me for some reason. A guy, like a beefy young guy, what are they called? The barbell tattoos, or what's it called? What's the
weightlifting? What?
No, I don't. Like the tribal thing.
The tribal tats. Yeah, like a little wavy pointy.
Yes, yeah. Tribal. He just looked like a human mud flap. He was horrible. I'm like, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, you're going to be terrible, aren't you? He's ordering shot. Well, finally I tell him, you're overserved. I can't give you any more. Yeah. And, bros don't like to hear that, especially and I can see him like scanning the area to see if anyone was looking. There's hundreds of people around, but there's no security, and they're not paying attention to me, the people that are there. So I see him like look around, and he grabs me and like pulls me down here and then shoves my face into the bar.
Oh my God.
And I'm reaching back for my bat thing to hit, and I come up and my nose is bloody. Oh my God. And I get back and I hit this, and like people start noticing, and they push him around. I hit my thing, and they come down and they take him out.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was fine. My nose was bloody, but he didn't break anything. Thank goodness. And I'm like licking my wounds in the back, and it was right about the time we were going to close anyway, so we just closed a little bit early. And the security guards have him. The police are like, "Do you want to press charges?" No, I just want to go home. It's 3:00 in the morning. I just want to go home.
Don't blame you.
So I stayed. I'm a trooper, man. I hang in there, and I finished my shift, and we're cleaning up, and I'm like sweeping up in the girls' bathroom, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I look, and it's a pregnancy test on like the floor of this super gross girls' like at the end of the shift,
the end of
the bathroom is.
Oh yeah.
It's a positive pregnancy test.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, man, when it rains, it pours here. Like, I mean, this poor girl. I bet it was that girl's boyfriend, and he just wanted to hit somebody, but he's like, I can't.
Oh my God.
Can't hit her. She's pregnant.
You had quite the number of surprises that night. Damn. Well,
I wanted to land on a high note.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But if you have had anybody else on the show who has gotten beaten up or asked to sleep with somebody for sex, I want to meet that person.
Well, if it comes up, because I don't let anyone tell me what their stories are ahead of time.
Right.
Because I want to be able to react naturally to you and ask you questions. I don't want to any of that. But wow. Okay. So I know this is years ago, and you're fine now. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Thank God. I'm sorry that happened to you. Holy fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck him with a brick.
You know what? I don't hate him as much as I hated the Trump mess lady.
Really? Oh.
Really. She was more offensive to me. She wasted more of my time.
Right. Well, is it because like that's as horrible as that was? It was because like this guy, it was like the incident was quick. It happened. It was over. And was it the extension?
Yes.
That she kept pressing and pressing.
Yes.
I can understand.
And
the
the phone's ringing the whole
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
I'm getting email and after. She
Yeah.
wasted hours of my time.
Right.
Being a bitch. He. I hate this guy too, obviously.
Oh yeah, fuck him, all day.
But like, and then he's out of my face.
Yeah, thankfully the people around saw it and like got
right,
it. Yeah.
all right.
Wow, holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, I'm sorry that happened to you. Even though it's
That's okay.
years ago. But Sereny is my friend. I don't want people fucking with my friends here.
Don't hit your bartender. Tip your bartender.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it in mind. Like, this is something we'll go on as a show, and I'll have more guests on. But listen, every once in a while, you go out. Everyone deserves good customer service. This show is not denying people that. Sometimes you go out to a restaurant, a bar, movie theater, you call in a call center, and they do a bad job. They do a bad job, and you have legitimate complaints. This is not against people who have legitimate complaints.
Right.
So if you're a reasonable person, you go out, you get customer service, and you're cool about stuff, and if something goes wrong that's legitimate, like you're not overstepping,
right?
Fine. No, hey, we appreciate you. If we screw up in our jobs, we'll think if I fuck up, I fuck up.
Which I did I fucked up for years. I've made mistakes.
Yeah.
And had to eat shit and apologize to people.
I have too. Yeah.
But I didn't pick any of those stories for the show.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All I'll say about that is, if you are a customer, keep in mind, like, if you got a legitimate complaint, fine. But keep in mind, like, don't go off on somebody, especially since you could be the 10th, 20th, 30th person that day that's just been a dick or something. Keep in mind, some of us in customer service were on our feet for hours, or we're on the phone for hours, or we're doing this for hours on the computer, whatever. It's working with the public can be a hellscape of just stuff. And that's what all this show is about. It's just for us all to get together, relate, tell stories, vent if we need to, all that stuff. But we're not saying no to customer service, because I've been out to restaurants before. I have many friends who are my friends because they were the servers at a restaurant I frequented. Some of them are going to be on the show at some point as later guests, and they're like, I guess I just like befriending people who feed me. I don't know what it is. It's probably the Italian in me, to be honest. It's like, you give me a good meal, I'm going to fall for it. But anyway, so we're not against good customer service. We're just like, if you've worked in customer service, you get it.
Yeah.
If you've never have, you might not get it. Because I've known people who, like, never worked in customer service. They were like, and then they finally got a job in customer service, and all of a sudden the veil lifted. And, like, they got it. They got it.
Yeah, you get it. So.
Oh, God. But anyway, that's your last story, Sereny.
That's it. That's
final story today. So, Sereny, thank you again for coming on the show.
My
I really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Of course.
You're always, if you ever get to work with Sereny on anything, you're going to love it, because she's been very supportive of me and my projects over the years. She's awesome. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Anytime.
Appreciate it. I think it was a good time. I don't know what you guys let us know down in the comments. Let us know what do you think of the show. What do you think of Sereny's stories? Do you have any relatable stories to Sereny? And
are you the guy that punched me at the bar?
Yeah. If you are, don't comment down below. Just go away forever.
If you are.
But anyway, why do you have to punch? Or why couldn't you just offer $5,000 for a shot? I don't know why not. But anyway, if you did enjoy the show, let us know down in the comments. Give us a like if you're watching us on YouTube. The likes help on YouTube a lot more than you might think. And if you want to catch future episodes, click the subscribe or follow button, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Patronarchy.